And I think everyone's stressed out about the world. I think people are in a rough space mentally. And it's understandable. Look what's going on in the world. Look at the world we live in. It's fucking crazy. People are fucking snapping. And not just in the West, all over the fucking world. The world was already nuts. And then when you add this crazy shit with this fucking disease and a fucking reaction to it and all of these evil governments basically destroying society, like the supply chain is going to be fucked. Everything's going to be fucked in the name of gene therapy. Now, I'm not saying that had anything to do with what happened in this situation. It probably didn't, because I don't know what's going on in Japan as far as these mandates, but somebody snapped. Tokyo subway attacker wore a Joker costume and saw a death sentence. He stabbed 17 people before starting a fire. This guy. The headline explains itself, right? This is the man who believed to be the knife and arson attacker. He's dressed like the Joker, has his little cigarette like he's Arthur Fleck. You know, he had his mask down. You see the fire in the background, and apparently 17 people got stabbed. This guy stabbed 17 people. And you know something? I don't think he's not going to be the last guy. He isn't even the last guy over in Japan. And I think there are going to be more people who snap. There are already, you know, Raphael mentioned this in Chicago. There's no police. The police, even locally, I don't see them as much. And I still hear ambulance sirens. I hear more of them than I have in the entire time I've lived here. I think the world is just snapping. This is the end of the world as we know it. I know sometimes I can be super black pill. I don't mean to be, but I'm seeing it. You know what I mean? So police say 17 people were injured in a stabbing spree. And this is another thing. If you need more evidence that the Second Amendment worked, I don't know if this happens. Maybe in New York, I know it's hard to get a gun in New York legally, but I don't know how easy it is for something like this to happen here in America. And this also shows just because you take away people's guns doesn't mean you take away their means to be violent. The suspect who also set a fire on board was reportedly dressed as Batman Joker, as you can see from the picture. 24-year-old guy who was arrested Sunday night. So this was on Halloween after stabbing 17 people on a train headed toward Shinjuku, the world's busiest train station. Tokyo Fire Department told the Associated Press that 3 of the 17 victims were seriously injured. The suspect doused parts of the train car with a flammable liquid and set it on fire. This is just him. After the fact, just sitting there calmly, smoking his little cigarette. Suspect reportedly told police he wanted to commit murder and be sentenced to death, and that he drew inspiration from a previous train stabbing case. The Halloween rampage came 2 weeks after a 45-year-old man was arrested for stabbing men in Tokyo's Ueno station. And in August, a 36-year-old man stabbed 10 passengers on a commuting train in suburban Tokyo before fleeing the scene. He was arrested shortly afterwards, according to NHK, and he told police he wanted to murder women who looked happy. We knew when this whole fucking thing started, this global pandemic, and the mental issues were going to be sky fucking high. That we were going to see higher instances of depression, higher instances of suicide, and quite frankly, higher instances of people just snapping, people going postal. But I'm not shocked. Society feels broken.
Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?